How we upload and publish our videos today on DottoTech. Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? At DottoTech, we make technology easy so you can do more. More what? Well, I suppose you could spend a little more time golfing. For our last 3 videos, we've been talking to you about how we create and publish our videos. It's the thing that we get asked the most here on YouTube, so we created this 3-part series. The first part, I talk about the hardware. The second part, I talk about the software that we use. And now I'm going to talk about the final publishing process. Now, if you want to see the other videos in this series, the links will be in the description below, or you could also consider subscribing to our channel to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, and make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you'll be informed when we publish. Now, the entire process of creating YouTube videos is different for everybody, depending on what type of video you create. We do a style of video called screencasting, which we demonstrate in the second video in this series. But once you've finished editing your video, you've recorded it, you've done all the hard work, now you need to share that masterpiece with the world. Today, let's talk about how we publish it on YouTube. And to be honest, this is kind of a moving target because YouTube is changing not really the system that we use to publish, but the interface that we use to publish our videos. When you create a YouTube channel and go on as a YouTube publisher, you manage your channel through something called the Creator Studio. And what you're looking at right here is the old version of the Creator Studio, which is being transitioned now to a new version of the Creator Studio. Hence, a little bit of confusion in this particular video because the new version is still in beta and all of the functionality isn't there, so I can't show you all of the things that I want to show you in the new version. But to give you an idea, this is what the old version looks like. This is what we're going to spend our time in today. But by the time you watch this video, especially if you're watching in a few weeks or months from now, chances are you'll end up using a version that looks much more like this. Now, all of the same pieces that we're going to talk about are in this version of the Creator Studio. See, there, right there it says beta. It's not quite ready for prime time yet, but all of the different things that we're going to be talking about as far as the titles and tags and descriptions and how you manage your ads, all of that is going to be here in the new version. You're just going to access it through a slightly different interface. So this is the video, that last video that we published. This is the interface that you're going to go into in order to do all of your publishing and composition work that we're doing now in the old version. That makes sense? Good. Let's go back now to the old version and take a look at what we do in order to publish our video. So once you've completed your video, you've got to output it onto your computer. Some of the different editing packages will actually allow you to take that video and to directly upload it to YouTube, which is a big time saver. But regardless, if you haven't got that option available to you, so just simply hit here on the upload button within your Creator Studio, and that opens a dialog box that allows you to import your video. Now, when you import your video and upload it, you should always make sure that the video is set to private. When you upload a video to YouTube, you've got 4 different options of ways to publish it, and that's going to tell you how broadly it is shared. Scheduled post is something that you actually have scheduled to go public at a certain time. That's a little more advanced. A private post is a post that only you can see, or somebody who has permission, specific permission from you, such as a password from you, in order to see it. An unlisted video is something that anybody can see if they have the URL, but it's not published on any public directory, so you can't search for it. So you can share that video if you publish the URL. And a public video is shared broadly on YouTube. It's indexed in search, and if people are searching for topics, your video may come up as a result of that search. So those are the 3 ways, basically the 3 ways: unlisted, private, and schedule. Unlisted, public, and private are the basic ways that we upload our videos. Now, I always upload my videos in private or unlisted, but for the most part in private mode, so that I want to do all of the different massaging of the video, adding the titles and all of the different dressing out of the video before we publish it. Because at the end of the day, if you're somebody like us, you want your video to be really successful early on in its public career. because we create videos to build community. We want lots of views on our video. We make money from our video views. We attract new people from our video views. So we want our videos to be popular on YouTube, to rank in search. And there's something called velocity, which is how quickly a video attracts viewers early on in the first 24 hours that it's published. That really helps YouTube decide whether or not that video has broader value and how well it's going to index in search. Now, there's lots of different aspects that are going to come in and be measured when YouTube decides how it's going to represent and recommend your video in search. And that's something that's almost a lifelong pursuit, learning how to rank your videos in search. So we're really talking about the most basic level things that you should be doing to your video to help along that way. There's lots of advanced techniques, which we're not going to have time to cover today. But most important is getting early views right out of the gate. And so I want once my video is ready to publish, to put a lot of support behind that video and let people know about it, to create as many views early on as possible so that over the length of that video, it has more value. So that's why we always start out private, because we don't want it shared till we're ready, till we have all of our other assets in place. Once you've uploaded a video, then it's then brought into, you go into the Creator Studio, and let's just go into the last video that we published, which will be this one here, which should be published by the time you obviously see this video, but this is the second video in this series. And this is it before it's being published, because I'm recording it now before I've actually published it. And here it is, and it's actually been pretty much prepared, and it's almost ready to go. So when you upload your video, basically all you're going to have is these three windows here, basically suggesting thumbnails. You'll see the video appear here. Whatever the title is when you uploaded it will be here. And that's pretty much all that you're going to find in this window at that point. Now you've got to fill in all the information in order so that YouTube can index your video properly in search and people can find your video in search. And when people find your video, that you have the proper actions for them to take, such as the links they're going to be looking for, etc. So my process, and yours might be a little bit different, is the very first thing that I do as soon as I upload a video and it's ready to start working on is we upload a custom thumbnail. We design a custom thumbnail image for each and every video, and we upload that. You do that just by uploading your thumbnail. There's a button here that will allow you to do that. Once you've got a custom thumbnail in place, and that thumbnail is going to help identify you as far as when people are visually looking through different YouTube videos, you're going to hopefully be drawn to the creators who you like. And so you want to create a consistency in your thumbnail, make it very easy to identify what the video is about. In other words, make sure that it's on topic. And the best practices are a human face on a video helps a lot as far as attracting people to first click on that video. So since I host my videos, my face ends up being the one in the video. So we upload our thumbnail image first. Then we go through and we do all of the different text-based things that we have to do to our video. We write a title for it, we write a description, and we create the tags. And each of these is a really important step in the life of the video. You can modify your description and your tags, but once you've uploaded your video and you've decided on a title and the video itself, those two things you should never change again. You shouldn't go through and modify the title of a video, because YouTube basically re-indexes everything as far as that video goes if you change the title. And certainly, of course, you can't change the content of the video itself. So a lot of thought has to go into the title, because the title is so important early on in a video in how well it's going to rank in search and how it's going to be discovered. So you want to make sure you create a title that's going to be searched for and also really represents what's in your video, because you don't want people to click on your video and then click away because your video is not about what you've told them it's about, and the place that you tell them is in the title. So here it is, How to Make YouTube Video Tutorials, Essential Software. So this is our title, and I'm just going to clean that up because we like to use all the kind of capitals on everything. So you're going to go through and you're going to write your title, and to be honest, titles are the things that I stress the most about. I really worry about and concentrate a lot of energy on titles, because that's something you don't want to change, and it's so important to the success of a video. Once you've got your title in place, then you write a description, which should include things like all the links that you refer to within the video, all of your social links so people can follow you in other aspects, like in other platforms like your Twitter or your blog account or your Facebook profile. You want to incorporate all of that. Anything that's expected, any supporting content that you've mentioned in the video or that helps support the video, any links that you've created should go here in the description as well. Then you start adding tags. And tags are how YouTube in the background sees all of the different search terms that might be happening with your video. So we actually use some tools that help us with deciding our tags. We use one called vidIQ, and we use another one called TubeBuddy, and they help us write some of our tags, but you'll become really experienced at writing your tags as you publish a lot of video. It's basically the search terms that you're looking for, and lots of different techniques for creating these tags, and you're allowed to have up to 500 letters in the tag, so use a goodly number of those, and that's going to help your video get discovered through search, because that's, for most of us, if we have a successful video running, the way that it becomes successful is people have discovered it through searching for it. And YouTube is rewarding good quality videos that deliver the content people are looking for by ranking them high in search. It's a real win-win situation when you start ranking well in search. That's really one of the goals that we have when we create videos here on YouTube. So once you've got your title, description, and tags in place, then we can go through and we can start adding the in-video pieces. And there's two basic in-video pieces that we want to add. We want to add end screens, and we want to add cards. We'll start with the cards. YouTube cards are the little identification button that appears. It should be, I think, over this shoulder, over this shoulder here. It's a little eye indication that comes in and slides out and allows people to click on it, and then it sends them to something else or gives them some supporting content around your video. And you create the cards here, and in my particular case, I have a stock set of cards that I use. So I'm actually going to import mine because I've got a template created so that I don't have to create them each time. I'm just going to apply this here right now while we're doing this. Okay, now you'll see that they've appeared. So I used the tool called TubeBuddy for that because we use the same cards, the same calls to action for each and every one. But now you see them all listed out here. Now you're allowed to have 5 cards per video. I've got 4 cards here in the video. And if we take a look at any one, for example, this first one here is asking people if they'd like to download my toolbox, which is a listing of all of the different tools that we use here on DottoTech. So that is the information that happens right here. So these are all created, and you can create a new one. Let's create a new one and show you how you can add a new one. You can add a video or a playlist, so you can direct people to a certain video. You can add a channel, so you can promote yours or a different YouTube channel. You can create a poll that encourages people to participate and to give you basically some feedback to something that you're asking about. Or you can create a link to an approved website. Now, an approved website can be an e-commerce site, like a place where you sell things, but not Amazon. They don't allow Amazon. Or, as in the case that most of us do, a link back to our own homepage, our own site, where we've got additional content available. So we want to encourage people to come back. So, for example, if we look at our links here, when we ask people if they want to sign up for DottoTech News, that's going to link them back to our own website where we have an opt-in page for our website. So the cards are really important outreach part of your YouTube videos, an important part of the publishing process, and they are what makes YouTube a valuable outreach tool. And the video you've created a valuable outreach tool for the life of that video. Similarly, at the end of the video, at the end of each video, you have your end screens. Now, we used to have something called annotations, which were clickable areas within the videos, but those only were clickable on desktop computers, and YouTube has now canceled that program. Instead, they've replaced it with these end cards, which appear in the last few seconds of the video. And you can see here in the timeline, we can see that we've got a series of end cards that YouTube helps us through their algorithms decide what's best to put forward here. Now, you can choose your own videos or your own links that you want to put at the end here, but here YouTube helps us out. So this one here is going to be the best for viewers. So YouTube looks at who the viewer is watching the video, and it decides what video it wants to recommend that's best for them. And then the other one I put in is my most recent upload. So it'll put the last video that we uploaded. So even if you watch this video in 7 months from now, so the last video that I published before you watched that video will be what will appear here for you, recommending you see my most current content. A subscribe button, because we always want people to subscribe. More people who subscribe to your channel, the better off your channel is. So we always put a subscription button in there as well. So let's look at what we've got now in place. We've got our video, which has been uploaded and is ready to go. We have our thumbnail image that's been put in place. We have a good title. we have a good description, we have tags. So all of the YouTube SEO, the search engine optimization, is in place. We've got calls to action and supporting content. In our description, we have all of the links of everything that we've talked about. Plus, we have these calls to action with the information cards and the end cards so that we can hopefully encourage people to continue this voyage of discovery with our channel and with our content. The final thing that you do is you're going to go in and you're going to determine your monetization. If you're able to collect money on ads on your channel. And this is the course of some consternation for some people because YouTube has recently changed the rules so that you have to have 4,000 hours of view time per year and 1,000 subscribers, I believe, is the thresholds now in order to monetize your videos. So some people this is not going to be available to. For people like myself, who it is available to, we can go in here and we can determine what type of ads we're going to run on our video and where those ads are going to be. So we can have overlay ads, which are the ads which slide up over the top of our video that you can click out of. We have sponsored cards, which appear on your devices with little ads that appear on the side. We have skippable video ads, which is the most common. Those are the ones that run pre-roll before your video starts and you can skip through. You have to watch 4 seconds, then you can skip through to get to the main video. That's really the bulk of most ads that we're currently running on YouTube. Or you can also have non-skippable ads, which means they have to watch the entire video before they go on. Now, I've never had the courage to do that. I don't know if my content is popular enough, but you can do non-skippable ads as well. Plus, depending on the length of your video, you can also include ads in stream, in the middle of the video. And here, this particular video is, how long is this video? 14 minutes. So if I can actually ask YouTube to suggest, YouTube, where would you suggest an ad go? They're saying one here at 12 minutes and 25 seconds. I like that idea. So I'm going to drag this out to the 12 minute and 25 second mark, and I'm going to save that. So this ad, this video, should you watch it, will run with a card that overlays, which you can click out of, a overlay ad, a sponsored card if you're watching, especially on a mobile device. It will have a skippable video ad at the very beginning, and then you're going to watch it for 12 minutes and 23 seconds before there's going to be another skippable video ad in the middle. So this all creates some monetization for this video. And if this video is super popular, I'll make a little bit of money. Even a super popular video, you only make a little bit of money. This is not a pathway to riches, but it does help pay the bills. So this is the kind of the final stage that I go through before I publish my video. So once this is all done, the video is pretty much ready to go. Obviously, you want to watch it again, make sure that the content is exactly what you want, proofread all of your content, and then we actually go through another entire process of kind of a social promotion process where we create a blog post against the video that we're going to share in social media. We create a Twitter campaign and a Facebook campaign where we share our video into other aspects. That's something that you may do if you're a very serious content creator. But if you're not going to be pushing and using YouTube to really grow your brand, all of the things that we've done now are the things that you need to do to prepare your video just for publishing. The final stage is converting it from a private video to a public video, and once you do that and you save the changes, it is then published. When you do that, you also will do one or two other things. The first thing that you'll do, if you'll see when I go to public here, it'll ask you if you want to share it in social and add a message. So it'll share it out in Google Plus and share it out in Twitter because I have those accounts linked. Plus, you can add it to a playlist. By adding videos to playlists within your channel, you kind of create shows. So since this is how to make videos, and we've got a 3-part series, I might make a little 3-part video series playlist so that one video relates to the next and it's easier to find them. It categorizes your videos. So that's a big part of kind of growing your YouTube channel strategy, is making sure you have playlists in place. Once all of this is done, and that's an exhaustive number of things you would think after you've gone through all of this work creating the video, then your video is ready to publish on YouTube and you're ready to share it with the world. Well, I hope you found today's video to be useful. Now, I do have a favor to ask. Please let us know what you think of our videos and what you want to see in other videos in the comments below. I promise you one thing. I read each and every comment. Even though I now don't necessarily have time to reply to everyone, I read every single comment that's posted here on YouTube, and I take what you say to heart. So if you want to have some input into the direction of this channel, I would love to hear your feedback. If you think this video deserves a like, a thumbs up would be great. And of course, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet done so. Till next time, I'm Steve Dotto. Have fun storming a castle.